The Marvels has been surrounded in controversies and delays, and things don't seem to be going all that well for this film, but now we're finding out that Disney is stopping bad reviews for this film by making it so that reviewers can't put out their reviews until 24 hours before official launch. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So I wanted to start off with this giant freaking robot article that says Disney stopping bad reviews for the Marvels, and this honestly isn't really that surprising because I know a lot of you and I personally have had no hype for this movie, and I just haven't seen a lot of excitement online or a lot of positivity. Most of the talk surrounding this film has been negative. People are very skeptical of what is going to happen in this film, even though it seems like Disney has definitely been banking a little bit on it. They've put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it, all for it to probably go nowhere, but now we're finding out even more news that points to Disney having no faith in this film. It says, thanks more to off-screen shenanigans than anything else, the Captain Marvel movie ended up generating plenty of controversy and was subsequently review bombed on popular sites such as Rotten Tomatoes. Now, the following post on X, formerly known as Twitter, has confirmed that Disney effectively has a review embargo in place for the Marvels, the follow-up Captain Marvel adventure that will team this cosmic character with popular teen superhero Miss Marvel. I would not call her popular. I also would not say that this movie is hyped in any way, shape, or form, but it says while it's possible that the House of Mouse is trying to sidestep another round of review bombing, there is also a serious chance that the movie is a mess and they wish to hide that fact as long as possible. And it would be no surprise if this movie came out and it was a horror because of the quality. We have heard that this movie has been delayed several times because specifically of the CGI, that every time they got close to the release date, they decided, no, we need another delay because the CGI was just not up to par. It was not what they wanted. Combined with the fact that they had several reshoots for this movie means that it probably will be a conjumbled nightmare. Definitely not of the quality that people expect out of MCU films at this point, but Eric Davis had tweeted, looks like the first reactions for the Marvels will drop on November 7th at 12 a.m. ET. Reviews drop the next morning, November 8th, and the film arrives in theaters everywhere on November 10th, which honestly to me should not be the case. There should be reviews for movies days in advance so that people can judge, do I want to buy a ticket for release weekend or not based on reviews, okay? I personally would not trust critic reviews, and if I wanted to see a movie, I would just see it myself without looking at critic reviews, but for normal moviegoers, they deserve to have those scores up several days in advance, and it honestly is really freaking suspicious that they are not releasing them until the day before, okay? This screams to me that they know that this movie is not going to go over well, that it is a mess, and that they want to hide it as long as possible. It's also probably why we really haven't gotten that many teasers or trailers for this movie. We've gotten one teaser, one major trailer, and that's it. And you would think that because this film is only 2 weeks away, they would be heavily marketing it at this point, and really that just has not happened. It says, as you can tell from these dates, it will be entirely impossible for fans to read various critic reviews ahead of it coming out, but it is a very narrow window. It is an extremely, one of the narrowest windows that we have seen for MCU titles. And to top that off, I did talk about this in another video, but right now, this movie is tracking very poorly. The box office projections are exceptionally low. I think it is a combination of issues. First of all, if they want to try to market these female characters as the future of the MCU, it's just not gonna work, okay? Monica Rambeau is fine, I guess. She was fine in WandaVision, but she didn't really capture my interest. I do not like Captain Marvel. I do not like Brie Larson. And then you have Miss Marvel, that the show was really mediocre. the actress, maybe she'll be better in the future once she's gotten more comfortable in Hollywood, but right now she's just not that stand up of an actress, right? Like, I would not go to the theaters to see a movie that she is in because of her. And then you have these characters together that just feel very thrown together, and all of the marketing has pointed to this movie being like a feminist dream with lots of like feminist cringy humor, and they even tried to say that this is going to be, the funniest MCU movie, which I highly doubt, judging by the fact that we have James Gunn and Taika Waititi films in the MCU. But yeah, I mean, it says we say the momentum is tepid because right now the box office projections for the Marvels are looking quite grim. According to Deadline, the sequel is expected to gross somewhere between 75 and 80 million dollars in its opening weekend. In comparison, that's about half of what Captain Marvel brought in during its first weekend, and the Marvels starts this slow, it is unlikely to earn over $1 billion at the box office the way its predecessor did. I personally don't see any way this movie is going to make $1 billion freaking. And look at just the reaction to the official trailer we got 3 months ago. Okay, 20 million views, which is not bad, but it's getting ratioed. It's got 268,000 likes, which is quite a lot, but 280,000 dislikes. And if you go to the comments, there's over 25,000 of them, and many of them are negative. Of course, there is the Rings of Power formula saying, I loved how Monica Rambeau's entire character history is testing different energies by just walking right into them. That's stunning and brave. Marvel movies are becoming like the Care Bear adventure vibes. But then you have people saying things like, is this actually going to be as good as they're saying? Probably not. I can see light, finally a superpower we can all relate to, brave and stunning. Like, this is getting brutally roasted. I just do not see a way that this movie is going to be successful. I do not think it's going to make $1 billion. And to top it off, it doesn't really seem like Disney has a lot of confidence in it, giving, again, they are making critics release their reviews only a day before the launch. They are telling them, this is when embargo lifts, which definitely just does not look good, at least in my opinion. And again, while I would not trust shill critic reviews because I'm sure that they are going to be super positive for this movie, it's still very odd, very suspicious, and something I think that most people should know about, that Disney does seem to be stopping bad reviews for the Marvels. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.